Hey kids, Tito James here. Thank you once again for joining me as we take awesome out of the box. So last week we looked at one of the first, if not the very first flagship phone to get released here in the Philippines. I'm talking about the Samsung Galaxy S21 series. And of course, alam naman natin pag flagships from Samsung, medyo mahal yung presyo niya. So in this video, we're looking at the other side of the spectrum at a very affordable smartphone priced at 6,995 pesos, the Lenovo K12 Note. Actually, available na yung smartphone na to last month via Lazada pero kakarating lang dito sa home studio. And to be upfront with you guys, yes, Lenovo Philippines did send this over but this is not a sponsored video by them. And maybe this is something that we can do a giveaway with after we do a review. Abangan na lang. But anyway, let me show you everything that comes inside the box. So the first thing you see when you open up the box is the K12 Note itself, and pre-installed na yung jelly case niya, which is great because you're literally getting out of the box protection. Aside from that, you get the usual set of documents, which is the quick start guide. Then you also have a SIM ejector pin, USB-C cable, a 20-watt charging brick, and a pair of earphones. Okay, so yun na yung laman ng box. Now let's take a closer look at the phone itself. Alright, so eto na siya guys. This is the K12 Note, and as far as the build quality is concerned or yung mga materials na gamit nila para sa phone na to, there should be no surprise na plastic yung gamit nila. But it looks to be very well built. Parang wala naman ako na-notice ng mga gaps between the seams and the frame. And yeah, it looks to be all good. It's also relatively light at 200 grams kasi medyo malaki yung battery capacity ng phone na to at 5,000 mAh. And of course, it has an extremely glossy finish, so alam nyo na kung tatanggalin nyo yung case, be prepared for all the smears and smudges. Microfiber cloth yung magiging best friend nyo if you choose this phone. Now, to be honest, wala namang majorly defining design element yung K12 Note. It's very basic, but the basics are done very well, and yung ergonomics niya or how it feels in hand is very good too. Now, for a tour of the button and port layout, on the bottom is where you'll find a microphone, USB-C port, and a speaker grill. And honestly, it's very nice to see that at this price point, dumadami na yung mga smartphones na ka-USB-C. It's about time. Anyway, moving on the right side, you have the power button, volume rocker, and a dedicated Google Assistant button. I'm not sure if it's remappable. I'll play with it more when I go off camera, and maybe in the edit I can put it down here if you can remap it. Maybe not. Anyway, but on top you have the headphone jack and another microphone, and then on the left side is access to the SIM tray. Up in front, we have the 6.5-inch Max Vision display. HD plus resolution lang siya, so that's 1600 by 720, which gives you a pixel density of 269 ppi or pixels per inch. Now, based on the general image quality, I think they're using an IPS LCD panel here, which is the standard at this price point, but goods pa rin naman for watching your favorite K-pop videos or your favorite YouTubers. Which gives me a really nice segue to remind you guys to sub to the channel and hit that notification bell if you haven't yet. Plus, follow us on our social media pages, which will be linked down below. Anyway, going back to the phone, and nakita nyo to kanina, isa lang yung speaker ng K12 Note. Yung sound quality niya is okay, pero expect nyo na may distortion siya at higher volumes. But here's a quick sample para may idea kayo kung ano talaga yung tunog niya. And remember, meron siyang headphone jack, so I definitely recommend using it. Now, moving on to the back of the phone, I'm sure you saw this earlier, meron siyang fingerprint scanner sa ilalim ng camera array. The accuracy seems to be on point, and personally, I like the placement. It's easy to reach for me. And of course, since we're here, let's talk about the cameras. The K12 Note has 3 cameras on the back as you saw earlier. We're getting a 48 megapixel main camera at an aperture of f1.7. This is paired with a 2 megapixel macro camera and another 2 megapixel depth sensor. Now here are a couple of sample photos I was able to take around the home studio. We still have to test their quote-unquote night vision feature, but let me know what you guys think about the cameras on this device in the comment section down below. And of course, for taking selfies, we have an 8 megapixel camera housed in the notch on the screen. Again, we'll save the verdict for later, but let me know what you guys think. Alright, now let's talk about what's under the hood of the Lenovo K12 Note. And yung processor na gamit nila dito is a Snapdragon 6612 paired with 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. So yung processing package na to, nakita na natin sa Poco M3, sa Realme 7i. So we can kind of assume ano yung general performance na makuha natin sa smartphone na to. But anyway, I was able to test out a couple of games of NBA 2K20, and as long as you manage your expectations, babaan natin yung settings, I think for heavier titles, you can experience smoother gameplay. Again, manage your expectations. We will test this phone further and see what the gaming capabilities will be like. So, abangan ang full review. And as I mentioned earlier, yung battery ng K12 Note is at 5,000 milliamp hours. Now, typically for me, this would last about a day or two. But since HD plus yung resolution ng screen, it might prolong the battery life by a little bit. Maybe minimum na yung 2 days. Again, we'll have to test this out further. We'll see how long it will take to drain the battery from 0 to 100% using our YouTube loop test. And of course, yung kasama niyang charger is 20 watts. So I'm guessing to charge up this phone, siguro mga 2 hours around that time. So again, we'll see in the full review. Now, before I forget, the Lenovo K12 Note is also running on Android 10. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's running on stock Android. If it's not, it looks to be one of the cleanest UI overlays I've ever seen. Again, feel free to tell me if it's not in the comment section down below. So there you go guys, that's pretty much it for your quick look at the Lenovo K12 Note. Again, yung presyo ng smartphone na to is 6,995 pesos. We should have the full review up on the website by next week. So if you need more information to see if this smartphone is right for you, make sure you follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. But if I managed to convince you already, there's a link down below that will take you to the official Lenovo store on Lazada. Again, price is 6,995 pesos. And with that, thank you so much for dropping by and spending a few minutes with me. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can. For all the latest in tech, head to unbox.ph, plus follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and our Lazada feed. My name is Tito James. Peace, God bless. See you guys next time, and of course, stay safe.